And then thirdly, the next thing we have to pay attention to, by the grace of God, in the next coming year, which we are entering into,
2026.
Ghanaians are going to be happy.
Okay.
Oh, they are going to be very, very happy. It is going to be a beautiful moment for Ghana. It's going to be an amazing time for Ghana.
Wait, now, if you weren't here in December, you don't know what Aye means. But Aye is something they sing in Ghana. Where you from? You Ghana, Etienne?
When this amusement park is open, it will create an avenue where at weekends and other holidays, all Ghanaians of all walks of life can come here. If you play golf, there will be a golf park. If you're somebody who likes swimming, there will be a water park. There will be water slides. You climb up and then you come down the slide and crash into the water.
Everybody come on, say. Aye, aye, aye. Come on. Come on. Aye, 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 aye. Aye. Come on. Everybody open your mouth. Say aye. Everybody open your mouth, say aye. Oh, Lama. Yeah. Oh. Wait. Now, if you weren't here in December, you don't know what aye means. But aye is something they sing in Ghana. Where you from? You Ghana, Etienne? Aye, bako, all right. Really? Okay. It's a song they sing, which basically means, Lord, you so awesome. I can't come up with a word to describe it. So all I can say is aye. So the next time you don't get hit in that accident, say aye. The next time that sickness don't kill you.
So right now we can boldly say that the prophecies of Prophet Telvin Sowah Adjei is unfolding. So we can see in this video that China has invested 300 million US dollars in support of Ghana's 24-hour economy. And also we can see how American churches are worshiping God in Ghana's dialect. Now the Ghanaian language has traveled across the continent and right now making headlines and waves in American churches. My name once again is Kwame Nacheda and this is the TBD Report. Kindly support me by subscribing and also turning on the notification bell so you don't miss any updates. I am glad having you here with me on the channel.
The moment the videos began circulating online, they didn't just trend, they ignited imaginations. Clips showed towering steel frames rising from open land, curved rails suspended in midair, and brightly painted ride components being hoisted into place by cranes as workers in helmets moved with purpose below. The captions were bold, patriotic, and irresistible. Ghana's biggest amusement park was rising in Akomadan, a quiet farming town in Ofinso North District within the Ashanti region. Of viewers, especially those who had long hoped to see major projects move beyond Accra, the footage felt like a turning point. It looked like proof that something historic was unfolding far from the usual centers of development, and the idea spread with the speed of excitement rather than the caution of verification. Within hours, timelines filled with pride. Comments poured in celebrating progress, praising leadership, and imagining a future where families would no longer need to travel abroad for world-class thrills. Many viewers described how surreal it felt to see roller coaster skeletons stretching toward the sky against a rural backdrop they recognized from childhood visits. The imagery struck an emotional chord because it symbolized more than rides and entertainment. It represented possibility, decentralization, and the belief that modern infrastructure could emerge anywhere, even in places long associated primarily with agriculture. In a country where development is often judged visually, cranes and steel beams can feel like national trophies, and these clips looked like victory. But as the excitement intensified, a quieter wave of scrutiny began forming beneath the celebration. Analysts, journalists, and fact-checkers started asking practical questions. Where were the official announcements? Which ministry had issued permits? Which investors were behind the project? Large-scale amusement parks are not roadside kiosks. They require permits, financing disclosures, environmental assessments, and usually public ceremonies. Yet searches through official releases and credible reports produced silence. The absence of documentation didn't immediately stop the viral momentum, but it planted doubt, and doubt spreads almost as quickly as hype when curiosity takes hold. The investigation soon pointed attention elsewhere, to a confirmed project already announced months earlier. In late 2025, ground had officially been broken for the Bright International Amusement Park, a massive $300 million development led by Greenhouse International Development Group. The ceremony took place in Afienya, near Tema, in the Greater Accra region, and was attended by John Dramani Mahama, who described the project as a symbol of economic transformation tied to a broader national strategy. Unlike the viral mystery site, this development came with architectural plans, investor backing, and clearly defined features that sounded like something lifted straight from a futuristic travel brochure. According to disclosed plans, the park will not just be a collection of rides, but a full-scale leisure ecosystem. Designs include a sprawling water park covering vast acreage, a luxury resort hotel, presidential villas, a major conference and exhibition complex capable of hosting thousands, an international standard golf course, waterfront dining districts, artificial beaches, and even yacht sightseeing facilities. It is envisioned as a destination where tourism, hospitality, business, and recreation blend into one integrated environment, powered directly by electricity supplied from the Bui Hydroelectric Authority to guarantee uninterrupted operations. In other words, it is the kind of development that typically takes years of planning before the first foundation is poured, making its documented timeline far more consistent with real-world project logistics than a sudden viral revelation. Still, the mystery videos refused to fade quietly. People replayed them frame by frame, trying to identify landscape clues or signage that could confirm their origin. Some insisted the footage had to be local because of the vegetation. Others argued the machinery looked imported and unfamiliar. A few viewers claimed they recognized accents in background chatter, though audio compression made certainty impossible. What made the clips so compelling was their ambiguity. They were just real enough to believe, yet just vague enough to question. That tension kept them circulating because uncertainty is one of the strongest engines of online engagement. The conversation soon evolved into something larger than a single construction site. It became a national dialogue about development priorities and regional balance. Supporters of the rumored Ashanti-based park said even the possibility proved that major investors were finally looking beyond the capital. Critics countered that large amusement parks depend on population density, transport networks, and tourist flow, factors typically strongest near major cities. Others took a middle position, saying Ghana could eventually sustain multiple parks if tourism continued growing. In that sense, the debate wasn't really about whether the viral site was real. It was about what kind of future people wanted to see. What made the story especially fascinating was how it demonstrated the power of visuals in shaping public perception. A written claim might have been ignored, but dramatic footage of steel frameworks rising into the sky created a sense of immediacy and authenticity. In the digital age, seeing often feels like proof, even when context is missing. The incident showed how easily genuine construction scenes from one place can be reinterpreted as evidence of progress somewhere else, especially when national pride is involved. It also highlighted how quickly narratives form online, sometimes faster than institutions can respond. Yet beneath the speculation and arguments lay a shared sentiment that united almost everyone watching, a genuine hunger for world-class recreational spaces at home. For decades, many families associated major theme parks with trips abroad, seeing them as luxuries reserved for travel destinations rather than local weekend outings. The excitement generated by the viral clips revealed how strong the demand is for entertainment infrastructure that matches global standards. Even skeptics who doubted the Akoman claim admitted they would eagerly visit such a park if it existed. In other words, whether the videos were accurate or not, they tapped into a real aspiration. That aspiration is precisely what makes confirmed projects like the Afienya development so significant. They signal that Ghana's tourism and leisure sector is entering a new phase, one driven by large-scale investment, international partnerships, and ambitious design. If completed as planned, such destinations could reshape domestic tourism patterns, create jobs across multiple industries, and position the country as a regional attraction hub. They could also inspire smaller regional ventures that complement flagship attractions, spreading economic benefits more widely and reducing dependence on a single metropolitan area. In the end, the viral Akomadan mystery may or may not lead to a physical park, but it has already produced something tangible, a nationwide conversation about possibility. It reminded viewers that progress is not only measured by what has been built, but also by what people believe can be built. The footage stirred pride, curiosity, skepticism, and hope all at once, proving that sometimes a rumor can reveal as much about a nation's ambitions as a confirmed announcement. And as the confirmed projects move forward and cranes continue rising on real construction sites, one thing is certain: Ghanaians will be watching closely, ready to celebrate the moment when those towering steel frames finally become places where laughter, music, and the rush of roller coasters fill the air.